I'll let you take a photo of what I'm using in this pour. This one you might not see as clearly. It's Chameleon Powder by Nick Pro, and I'm choosing red, orange, and yellow. And then I'll talk to you as I go along with these other products that I've used. All right, so today is going to be a fairy flower done by resincourses.com with 2 twists. I'm going to do a twist that is from Julie Cuts Pouring Your Heart Out video 1885, which is a little different than how Resin Courses does the whole thing. And then I'm going to put my own little spin at the end as well. So what I'm doing right now is the 3 colors that I use: Pyrrole Orange, Shadow Green, and Hanser Yellow. I am creating a dirty pour, which is just sort of dividing the 3 and putting them in one container. So my sequence is the Pyrrole Orange, the green, and then the yellow. The mold I'm using is the large Ice Edge Live mold from Pouring Your Heart Out. If you go to eBay and look up Pouring Your Heart Out, you will find this particular mold. Then I'm going to the technique in the course has you spiral, but I'm just going to pour it into the center and sort of do like a spiral turn. See what happens. If I didn't do enough, which I think I didn't, I'm going to use up all my resin in the cups that I have left over, and I'm just going to put one on top of the other, and hopefully it'll spread. So that's the Pyrrole Orange. And I'm cleaning my sticks as I go along. Then my Shadow Green. And these inks are all from Holbein, and they're acrylic inks. And the ones that Micah uses on her course from resincourses.com, we can't get those inks that she uses. So fortunately, Miss Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out discovered these Holbein as a good substitute. So thank you so much, Julie, for letting us know and discovering Holbein working for the resincourses.com flower techniques. Okay. So that's my 3 colors done in a dirty pour. I have mixed my resin with the Bloom pigment paste, also from Pouring Your Heart Out. You can get it on the eBay store. And I put it in my piping bag. I'm cutting the end off. And like in the course, you just start adding dots. And like in Julie's video 1855, I'm doing them fairly close to each other so that I don't have to come back and fill in the gaps. This is a twist from the course. And this was a twist that I learned from Julie's video. Feel free to fast forward as I'm going to be doing these dots all the way to the center. In fact, I think I might be able to balance myself and actually stop the tape, but you know, I think I'll just leave it. Some people like to watch it, so it's so easy to fast forward for yourself. So I will maybe talk about the products again. No, I already did. So it's Holbein acrylic inks. This is the large ice live edge mold from Pouring Your Heart Out. I'm using Pyrrole Orange, Shadow Green, and Hansa Yellow. Bloom Pigment Paste. My resin of choice is the Art Pro from resinpro.com. And then I just have some crystal gold and sort of clear that I got at Hobby Lobby that I'll be placing in the center. So now hopefully I can just go do my spiral of dots, and I'm spreading it out a little bit more only because I want to make sure that I remembered I need some again, so maybe I won't do as much as I was going to, but we shall see. I'll be able to gauge once I do the whole spiral of the dots to the center whether I'll have enough for more dotting. In my other cup, while I'm doing this, I have some clear resin that I put in a little bit of the Hansa Yellow in, and that's going to be my first push. So, which is after I do these dots. Now this push of being divided into 1 and 2 is the one that Julie did on her video. Resincourses.com doesn't have you do 2 pushes. It has you just do 1. Oops, there's a gap right there. So I'm going to fill it. I'm hoping for a little different shape petals than I usually get on my fairy flowers. And so I'm just trying a different little twist to the technique. I'm hoping that orange, green, and yellow in the order that I put them in doesn't create mud. If it does, maybe with the white, it'll be light chocolate or something. But that's always the fun bit, is like doing this process and then waiting and seeing how it turns out on the other side. Oh my goodness, I forgot to mention. Before I did my pouring, my puddle pour, I took the NYX Pro Chameleon powder and with my brush dusted the edges of this mold, which you can see right here. And this is another idea from Julie, which I am trying. Okay, so I've done that, and because I want to save here, I'm not going to do any more. So the next step is the first push. And this was the clear resin with a little bit of the yellow. I like to use every last drop. Since I mixed it, I might as well use it. As you notice, I am not torching, and I'm doing that deliberately. Oops, dropped my container. So now, oh, I'm not torching because Genevieve, a gal in our group, has suggested that that might help make your blooms more buoyant. Okay, then coming back from this outer edge here, I'm going to dot to the center. I will torch at the end when everything is finished. Okay, so I, excuse me, I dot to the center, and then maybe just a little bit on the outer here. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to do my M's. And this M with the piping bag is also a technique that you do if you take resincourses.com, the dragon flower technique. The dragon flower technique has you drawing M's. Readjust my white. Whoopsie. Okay, let me look at my notes on this one. Okay, I'm supposed to do more dots, but I'm going to have to make sure I save some, because the twist that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pause and go mix up a clean, clear, fresh amount of resin for a final push. And since there's stuff over there, I'm just going to do just over here. I suppose I could do some here since there's more there. Let's see, I think I have enough. This is like the fairy where there's a lot of dots. On the fairy, there's a lot of dots. Okay, so now I will pause and be right back with a fresh batch of mixed resin for the final step. Alrighty, so I've mixed my second push, which is clear this time, and I'm putting it in the center. Okay, so on this one, I could have used probably another 30 grams of resin in total. So this is a pretty big mold compared to some of the ones I've been working on. So, but that's okay. It's better to have it under than overflowing. So this is a good note to self that I need to mix a total of more resin. Okay, then I will find my little good old piping bag, squeeze it to the top that I can. So this is an experiment for me, because when I've done the fairy technique before, there's always a sort of empty center where the blooms don't go in. And I know that Julie has come up with the syringe where you suck the center, but on a different technique, which is from another course, there's this part where you put a clear, clean push at the end and do some more dots, and it seemed to make the dots sort of pull in more and not have to do a syringe. So this is just me testing it, or testing that theory of combining that technique, which is the the metallic dolly dot technique, into and incorporating it into this fairy technique. Let's see. Since I have some more, I might just put in a little bit more and just finish it up, since I didn't do that much after I did my M's. Mm-hmm. My husband is watching the football game, and it's a very important game. So that was him complaining about his team. Okay, I think that's it. Now what I'm going to do is take this little teeny weeny, where is it, spoon, that I actually like to use to measure my mica powders, but I'm going to use it here to drop in some of this. I think that'll be pretty. It's gold and sort of crystal instead of a color or just plain gold. So let's see how that works. Get kind of spread a bit. So, whoops, one dropped over there. Oh, let me see if I can get it out real quick before it goes all the way in, because it will give a little, oh, use my hand. Come on out. Oh, don't you dare go in. Oh, it went in. I can't get it. Oh, oh well, we'll see a little dimple. Okay, I'm going to put some more. Okay, not too much. And then this is my favorite part. It's like when I poke this in, it just sort of swoops, swallows it up. It's really cool what it does. So that is that. And now we shall wait. Now I'm going to torch and make sure that I really just only do it in the center, because I didn't fill this up fully. So, oh my gosh. I'm hoping. It sure looks pretty on this side. So I'm hoping that it'll close in, give me some nice petals, and even though I didn't fill it to the top. So let me think, what do you think? I think another 230 grams, no, not 230, another maybe 30 grams I could have put in. So, okay, I will see you for the unmolding. Okay, I'm nervous and excited at the same time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please, 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 please. Okay. Interesting fairy flower. So the technique was to get rid of that spot in the center, and with the clear push it kind of did. So, and this is interesting right here. I guess I could have put more petals. Let me put a black background on the back to display it better. So interesting, interesting. I do like the little bits that I dusted on. So let me take you down a little bit. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching.